All right, y'all. So I came to give y'all a quick story about how I met my husband a year ago. Y'all, I met my husband a year ago today. And it's so beautiful because I was beginning to think about it like, man, like the reason why I met this man is because of a delay. I was going to pick my nieces and nephew up last year on this day. And sorry, yeah. And actually what happened was the day before, so the 18th of last year in August, I was going to pick my nieces and nephews up, but their flight got canceled or delayed, so they had to take a later flight for the next day. So that next day we had leadership. Excuse me, not leadership. We had outreach. So I went to get ready to go to outreach, but because I know I was going to be out all day because of outreach and doing all this stuff, I knew I needed a car charger, and for whatever reason, none of my car chargers were working. I had a newer car. The car chargers I had was brand new. I went and bought a brand new car charger from the Apple store, high grade, high quality. So the fact that it was not working was beyond me, right? Now that same night, listen, that same night, okay, okay, hold on. After I met him, I had went and I was with a guy from church and I was talking to him about car stuff. So I had told him like, oh, my car charger didn't work. So I bought a new one. So I told him the new one I got. I took that old one and I plugged it into his car. They worked. Like I think I had like about 2 to 3 ones that weren't working in my car, and I plugged them into his car and all of them were working. I was like, what? But anyway, so that day I met my husband. I was being led heavily. Like the Holy Spirit was like, let me lead you today. I said, okay. That day he had me go get a specific shirt. I remember the shirt he had me get. It was it's a green shirt and it said I think Euphoria on it, or it meant like happy and stuff like that. And so I went to get hair gel. Like I did all the specific stuff. And then I heard, now go get your charger. So then I went to go get my charger. And at first I went to Ross, right? I didn't get the exact store I should have went to at first. I just went to Ross, just presuming off what I'm used to. And that line was so long, I was like, oh no, baby. And I heard go to big Five Below. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. So then I go to Five Below. And then as I'm walking in, I can see out of my peripheral a security guard sitting up on the thing, girls all around, doing their work and stuff. And then so out of nowhere he says, oh, I'm sorry, welcome in. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he started walking me and talking to me, and I was like, okay. And I started praying. I was like, Holy Spirit, what do you want me to do in this situation? He was like, just talk to him. So I started talking to him, and I was um I was being led to like what to say and stuff. So I started asking him. Like, I was led to start talking about business now. So the thing about this is, okay, so prior before this day, I was telling the Holy Spirit like, I need someone to help me with marketing, right? And so um I was talking to him in the store. He was a security. I was telling him like what type of charger I need. He was like, oh, you need this type of charger, that charger. So we were talking. We started talking about work, and he was like, oh, so what do you do for work? And I was like, oh, well, I'm a cook, and I'm selling these types of things right now. He was like, oh, let me work for you. Like what? He was like, yeah, I do marketing and I was like, oh, okay, wow, God, well, thank you for giving me like a work associate. That's why I wasn't thinking about nothing romantic, y'all. I was like, work associate. And then he kept saying, yeah, everything's really platonic and stuff between us. I was like, yeah, yeah. So we go to the register, and I heard invite him to church. And because it was outreach that night, I was already in that spirit and that positive mindset of like, let's get people to church. So I was like, come to my church. And he was like, okay, yeah, I need some Jesus. I was like, okay. So then I invited him to church, everything. And it just something felt really positive about that night, like special about that night. Like I had even like texted the people in like the group chat. I was like, oh, I had this soul that I invited to church tonight. He said he'll be here on Wednesday. And so started talking to people and stuff like that. And so then I ended up going to outreach. Later on after that night, he ends up calling me from someone else's phone because he actually didn't have a phone. So he was just like, he called me and talked to me. And it was just so cute. I'm like, oh, you had to use someone else. Like, that was just adorable. So fast forward, not even long after that, y'all, we got together. We got together in like a week. I looked at our text messages. We started talking on the 19th and we became official on the 25th. And it moved so fast that I didn't even realize, like, it felt like we were together for so long because um my brother ended up passing away. So I was realizing like, dang, I didn't realize how short of a time we were only together for about 9 days before my brother passed away, and I didn't realize that at first. But anyways, fast forward, we're talking about marriage. Right off the bat, he knew I wanted to be married, um, and so it was just like about 3 months in, we were really like, okay, we'll get married. About maybe about 4 or 5 months in, our apostle was like, y'all need to get married, and so it just really like fast forwarded things. And in January, we were like really starting to focus on those days of like marriage, and then we set a date for June, and we ended up getting married. Ah, thank God. Now that was our temporary marriage. Well, not temporary. I bind that up in Jesus. No, we're gonna cut the story short, right? Well, we cut the story right there. That's pretty much it. Y'all find out more about what I want to say later. It was just the spirit of God that led us together at that moment and that time. And I am so grateful and so thankful. Now we'll go in a bit more about other stuff later, but I am so blessed to have what I have. Because he has grown into such an amazing man in the short amount of time. I'm not gonna say short, but in the amount of time we've been together. And it's just so beautiful. And I'm so grateful. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Come back for more vegan stuff, wife stuff, Christian stuff, growing in life and all that. Come back for more. And some vegetarian stuff too, because I'm be having it. Anyways, y'all, come back. Peace.